Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday afternoon. I hope everyone's having a great day so far. It is a beautiful day outside in the North Bay, so we're super lucky to live in such a nice place during the winter time. Um, if you have anything today that is extra tight or you'd like me to focus on during the stretch break, feel free to drop that in the chat and I'll add that into the plan for today. So you can go ahead and drop that in at any time. And we're going to go ahead and get started in a standing position today. So we're going to do a little bit of lower body stretching to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with hip flexors. Perfect. That is definitely what I was planning on doing today. So we're going to do lots of hips. So we're going to start off in a standing position and the top of our space. And we're going to start off with the world's greatest stretch. So I know we normally do this to warm up for my classes, but we're going to do it today to get our hips nice and open. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our weight on our left foot and we're going to scoop up our right knee with our hands interlaced together, pulling that knee towards our chest. And with one nice big inhale on the exhale, we're going to step back into a reverse lunge, keeping that back leg nice and straight. Hands onto the inside of our front foot. So left foot is in front, left hand is right next to that front foot. And we're going to hold here for a second or two. You want to kind of rock back and forth, feel that opening up your hips a little bit. And we're going to exhale, bringing our hand towards the ceiling. So the same hand of the leg that's in front is towards the ceiling. So left leg in front, left arm towards the ceiling, gazing past our thumb, looking towards the ceiling, keeping that back leg nice and straight. We should start to feel this stretch through the hips. We're getting a little bit of rotation here too. And we're going to exhale, place that hand on the outside of our front foot, push ourselves up into a nice hamstring stretch. So toes are pointed up. And we're getting our head, our body as close to that front leg as we can. So we're feeling nice stretch through the back of our hamstring here, through the back of our leg. And with the next exhale, we're going to go ahead and bring our right foot next to our left foot. And we can go ahead and stand on up. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and do that same thing on the other side. So placing all the weight in our right leg, scooping up our left knee with our hands, bringing that knee towards our chest. Nice, big, deep belly breath. And on that exhale, we're going to step back into our reverse lunge, back leg staying flat, hands to the inside of that front foot. So my right hand is right next to my right foot in the front. And if you want to go ahead and do a couple circles here, rocking back and forth, really feeling those hips open on up. And on our next exhale, planting the left hand, rotating towards that front foot. So my right foot is in front, my right hand is up towards the ceiling. Gazing past that thumb, back leg is nice and straight. Breathing nice and deep. Don't forget to breathe here. And on our next exhale, placing that hand on the outside of the right foot, pushing ourselves up into a hamstring stretch, bringing that face and our body as close to that knee as we can, feeling that stretch from our calf all the way up the back of our leg into our hamstrings here. And we're going to exhale, bring the left foot next to the right foot, stand it on up. Awesome. I know that always feels good for me. Get our hips opened up, our hamstring nice and stretched out. And the next thing we're going to do is something kind of similar. We're going to get our hips opened up a little bit, our hamstring stretched out. So we're going to do some nice deep squat to stand. So what we're going to do is you're stand with your feet shoulder width apart. And we're going to gently bring our body down into a forward fold, grabbing onto our toes. So thumb and index finger around the big toe. Feet are about shoulder width apart, a little bit wider if you need to. And as we're in that forward fold, we're going to go ahead. We're going to bring our glutes down as far as we can into a nice deep squat. So going as far as you feel comfortable, we're going to hold for a few seconds. And then we're going to exhale, stand back up into that forward fold, and then squeeze the glutes, hamstrings, and come all the way up to standing. So it's kind of like an RDL in that point. So we're going to do that a couple more times. So going into a forward fold, keeping our hips back, our back nice and flat, grabbing onto our toes, and we're going to bring our hips down towards the ground. And squeezing, standing back up, and then squeeze your glutes, stand all the way up. All right, last one of these. Forward fold, grabbing onto our toes, bending down, hips down towards the ground into that deep squat, feeling that opening up the hips. And exhaling, squeezing the glutes and standing on back up. Oh man, that was definitely one of my favorite active stretches to do. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way onto the ground into a shin box position. So we're gonna have one foot in front and we're gonna have 90 degrees in both the hips and in the ankles. So down on the ground, my left foot is out in front, straight out in front to the side, and then my back leg straight out into the side. Let me fix my camera again. All right, so we're in that shin box position and taking a second to get comfortable, especially if our hips are a little bit tight, it can feel a little bit uncomfortable at first to get into this position. And what we're gonna do is we're start off with some rotation through the spine. So my left foot is out in front. I'm gonna take my left arm, place the hand off to the side. I'm gonna take my right arm, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale to prepare. We're gonna exhale, reach through as far as we can in between our arm and our body, and then gently come back into that center position. So inhale to prepare, taking the arm, exhaling, reaching through as far as we can, and then coming back to center. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So inhale to prepare, and we're exhaling, reaching as far as we can. If you feel some pops and cracks, that is okay as long as there's no pain associated with that. And last one here, inhale to prepare, taking the arm, exhaling, reaching as far as we can, and back to center. Great job, everyone. All right, before we switch over to the other side, we're gonna do one more thing over here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some forward folding and then rotating and folding again. So this one will really get the hips nice and warmed up. Hands out to the side, and we're gonna bring our chest forward towards that front leg. Exhaling, coming to center. And then we're gonna rotate towards our back leg. And again, try and fold as far as we can there. And then we'll come up and rotate back to center. That sideways fold I know can be a little tough, but we're gonna get better at it. So we're bending forward, arms straight out, chest to that front leg, keeping our heels and ankles and knees on the ground, coming back up to center, rotating up towards that back leg, and then again, bending forward as far as we can towards that back leg, and then rotating forward. All right, last one here, forward fold into that front foot, front leg, keeping the core tight, back flat, using our glutes here, opening up as far as we can, getting a nice stretch through that back hip as we come forward and center. And then we're gonna go ahead and flip over to the other side. So when you're ready, now my left leg is in front, now my right leg is in front. So 90 degrees in the hips and in the feet. We wanna make sure our knees and our ankles are staying on the ground the whole time we're doing this. So we're gonna get comfortable in that position. And then since my right leg is now in front, my right arm is gonna come out to the side. We're gonna do some reach throughs first, that thoracic rotation here. So we're gonna inhale to prepare. And we're gonna exhale, reaching through as far as we can. And coming back to center. Great job. Inhale to prepare. We exhale, reaching through. And back to center. 2 more here. Inhale to prepare. And we're exhaling, reaching through. You guys are doing awesome. Last one here. Inhale to prepare. And we're going to reach through as far as we can. And returning to center. Awesome. You guys are doing great. Last thing we're going to do today are those folds forward and rotating to the side. So arms straight out front, bringing our chest down towards that front leg, keeping our core tight, coming back up to center, opening up towards the back leg, and again, leaning forward. When we do this forward bend, making sure those knees and ankles are staying on the ground. We got 2 more of these. So bending forward, back up to center, rotating, and bending again. Don't forget to breathe through this last one, everyone. You're doing awesome. Forward bend, up to center, and last one, and back to center. And that will conclude the Tuesday afternoon stretch break. Thank you all so much for coming. I love stretching with you guys on Tuesdays. Don't forget, we do have one more class today, Luis's abs and core class at 4:30. Don't miss out on that. And we also are still running our membership satisfaction survey through the end of the week. So if you could please fill that out for us, we really appreciate all the feedback so we can continue to improve. But let us know if you have any questions about anything. We're always here and happy to help. And I will see you all again shortly at some other point in the rest of the week at all of our classes we have going.